This lesson is on solving equations by clearing decimals. And I used most of the same equations that I did in the last video to show you that we would end up with the same answer. I did take out the question where we had a decimal on the bottom because clearing decimals wouldn't be a great way to do a question like that. But for the rest of these questions, clearing decimals is great. Just like we did with clearing fractions, we're trying to multiply by something to just get rid of all of the ugliness so that we can just focus on nice, whole, pretty numbers. So notice here, I've got a tens place, tens place, tens place. That means I'm going to multiply everything by 10. We know when we multiply by a power of 10, all we're doing is moving that decimal. So this turns into 23x minus 54 equals 61. So exact same question, no ugly decimals. Now I can add 54 to each side, just like I did before. I've got 23x equals 115. I divide by 23. And just like we had before, when I divide, I get 5. And that's the same answer that I got before. And it works out that way because we're taking everything times 10. So you can't just pick and choose what to multiply by that number. Let's try this one. Careful when you're clearing fractions on this one. If I choose to clear fractions, I have to do one of two things. I might want to go ahead and distribute first, so that I don't multiply something twice by whatever that value is. The other way that we would do it is to multiply this value, and of course these two values, by whatever number I'm using to clear my decimals. I'm going to go ahead and distribute this first before we clear decimals. So this is 0.02x plus 0.1 equals 0.12x minus 4.2. Now I've got tenths, hundredths place, tenths, tenths, hundredths, tenths. So the biggest one of those is 100. I'm going to multiply everything by 100, which means 2 places to the right. In this case, that would be 2x. 2 places to the right would be plus 10. 2 to the right would be 12x. And 2 to the right would be 420. And now I'm going to move everything around. Get that 2x off of the left side. That gives me 10 equals 10x minus 420. I'll add 420 to each side. And that gives me 430 equals 10x. Dividing by 10, remember, is just going to give me 43, which is the answer I had before. And this is the one for you to try on your own. Again, to clear fractions here, I've got tenths place is the biggest place, so everything times 10. 54x minus 108 equals 98x minus 20. Everything times 10. So even this number that doesn't have that decimal, everything times 10. Now let's get everything to one side. So I'm going to subtract 54x from each side. Negative 108 equals 44x minus 20. I add the 20 to each side. Just like we had before, this is a negative plus a positive. Different signs, I find the difference. The difference is 88, but it's negative. So 88 equals 44x. Divide by 44, not 44x, but 44, and I get negative 2 as my answer, which is the same answer we had before.